Good evening. This is Prime News TV bringing you the latest developments from the ongoing conflict in Gaza. On Sunday night, an Israeli airstrike targeted a makeshift tent camp for displaced Palestinians in Rafah, Gaza, resulting in the tragic loss of at least 35 lives, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. The Israeli military has stated that the intended target was a Hamas compound. In an official statement, the Israeli military acknowledged reports indicating that several civilians in the area were harmed by the airstrike and the ensuing fire. A subsequent statement confirmed the deaths of 2 Hamas leaders in the strike. The Palestine Red Crescent Society reported that their ambulance crews transported a large number of victims to the Tal as-Sultan Clinic and field hospitals in Rafah. These facilities are among the few still operational in the area. They also highlighted that numerous people were trapped in fires ignited by the strikes. The Palestine Red Crescent Society reported that their ambulance crews transported a large number of victims to the Tal as-Sultan Clinic and field hospitals in Rafah. These facilities are among the few still operational in the area. They also highlighted that numerous people were trapped in fires ignited by the strikes. The airstrike hit the Tal as-Sultan area, which the Israeli military had designated as a humanitarian zone. This area was supposed to be a safe haven for Palestinian civilians amid the military's ground offensive in Rafah. Prime News TV could not independently verify the specifics of the airstrike at this time. This offensive in Rafah, Gaza's southernmost city, has drawn significant international scrutiny. On Friday, the International Court of Justice ordered Israel to immediately cease its military actions in the area. Although the court's ability to enforce its ruling is limited, it adds pressure on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government to curtail its operations in Gaza and minimize civilian casualties. Bilal al-Sabti, a 30-year-old construction worker from Rafah, recounted his harrowing experience. Shrapnel from the strike destroyed the tent he shared with his wife and 2 children, though they miraculously escaped injury. "What kind of a tent will protect us from missiles and shrapnel?" he asked. Al-Sabti described scenes of charred bodies and frantic efforts by firefighters amid widespread flames and darkness due to the lack of electricity. Doctors Without Borders reported that over 15 deceased and dozens of wounded individuals from the Rafah strike were brought to a trauma stabilization center they support in Tal as-Sultan. Dr. James Smith, a British emergency specialist working at the center, described the devastating impact on displaced people seeking refuge in the tent camp. He emphasized the severity of the injuries. "Truly some of the worst that I have seen." Despite UN estimates that over 800,000 people have fled Rafah since the onset of the Israeli offensive, the area remains densely populated. Dr. Smith warned that the tightly packed tents pose a significant fire hazard, with the potential for catastrophic consequences. This has been one of the most horrific incidents reported in Gaza in recent weeks. We will continue to monitor the situation closely and bring you updates as they develop. Stay tuned to Prime News TV for the latest on this unfolding crisis. Thank you for joining us.